Everyone, welcome to my channel. We are back out in the old guy's shed working on 1978 Suzuki GS550. Still having a problem with cylinders 1 and 4. The spark plugs are still getting carbon fouled. I've tried messing with the carburetor settings to no avail, using the color tune and trying to get it fixed up and just not making any progress. So if you remember, maybe 1, 2, or 3 episodes ago, I messed around with the timing and figured out that the timing was at the limit then. The adjustment limit. And so what I've done is decided to go ahead and extend that adjustment limit. So I've been working on this darn thing here and seeing if we can widen out, get a little bit more adjustment range, and see if that helps the carbon fouling. So I'll show you what I got going on here, and we'll see what other trouble we can get into. All right, then this is the plate, the timing plate, and you can see here. Well, I don't know if you can or not, but I've already made these 2 slots here a little bit longer. I still have this third one to do. So the tools of choice here for this particular endeavor is, first off, I start with this spring-loaded punch. Works pretty good to give you at least a mark where to start. So I'm going to go ahead and eyeball it here. What I'm looking for is about another diameter distance here to add on to this slot. It can be pretty finicky trying to get the right spot there. If you don't get this right, then it's just a little bit more work at the end. So we want to try to get this in right there. Looks good. So then I just press it down. I give this a couple snaps here. All right, I don't know if that's coming in, but I got a nice little hole there. And then I'm going to do a pilot hole there with a, I got a 7/64 drill bit here. I'm going to put a little bit of WD-40 on it and on the drill. And hopefully we can, oh yeah, so you can see I've got a, I was worried I'd have to take the whole darn thing out, but I've got I found a 4x4 block that was exactly the right height to put this on, so that's helped quite a bit. I didn't have to take it off. But anyways, let's see if we can get this hole drilled pretty close. When you're drilling metal, you want to make sure that you've got some kind of cutting fluid. I know WD-40 isn't the best, but it's what I got, so that's what we're working with. Then you want to go slow. Make sure you're getting some good curls there. And you can't see this at all because I got the camera set up not very good here. So let me show you once we're through here what it looks like. All right, there we go. So now you should be able to see that hole right there. So that looks like that's in pretty good darn spot. So now I'll go ahead and put in a, I'm using a 3/16 inch drill next for the next higher one. And we'll give it another squirt of WD-40. And on the drill. Alright. This one's a little bit more difficult. It's going to grab some more material. All right, that looks pretty darn good here. Let's see what we got. Yep, it's a little bit farther than what I wanted. It's going to be quite a bit more work to get that the rest of that cleaned out. So, a couple things to use that I've got in my handy toolkit here. I've got this guy. which is a diamond rasp kind of bit here that you can put in and try to widen it up. But that looks like it's mostly for cleanup work and trying to just get rid of small nibbles or small little parts that need to be removed. So that's not the best thing to use for quite a bit of material like what I ended up with here. So the other thing I got is a chainsaw file, and that works pretty good. So I'll go ahead and see if I can get this set up to give me some room here, and just start grinding away on that and join the slot with the hole that I drilled. A little bit of WD-40 on it isn't going to hurt at all. And on the file itself, there, that wasn't too bad. Just a little bit more cleanup there. There we go. All right, so I'll go ahead and get this installed back up and fired it up. I have, what I did is I took all these spark plugs I had yesterday and put them all in the ultrasonic cleaner. So now I can just swap in 1 and 4 spark plugs, because if they're carbon fouled, they just the bug doesn't run right on either side. So yeah, so I got a whole set of spark plugs that I change in and out, and then once I run out, I'll run them all back through the ultrasonic again. So anyways, let me get this back together, and we'll be back in a little bit. All right then. Yep, so I pulled out the carburetor again, and so this is the carburetor out of the motorcycle. This one here is a junk donor kind of carburetor that I got that's in pretty bad shape. Wanted it in case I needed parts. I think I've taken a few parts off of this, but I think it's probably a good thing now that I did get it. So I wanted to go back and compare what the carburetor in the bike has to what the old junk carburetor has, and there are a few differences, mainly on the frame that the individual carburetors sit in. But the one big one that I found is on the, hopefully you can see it, on the one coming out of the motorcycle. Over here is the pickup for the circuit that comes through this hole here. There's actually a hole in the bottom of this cup that leads up to here, and then there's this this kind of gnarly looking, that it's probably not going to show up, but there is it looks like a little brass tube, and it looks gnarly, and it almost looks like it's been cut off. And if I look at the donor carb here, you can see there's a nice looking brass shaft there with a very small hole in it, which probably leads me to believe that somewhere along the line somebody cut these off from the other one, and this little small hole is what keeps too much fuel going in and carbon fouling going on. So on this old one here, like I said, it's pretty gnarly here. You can see the top end is all just corroded and gnarly looking. I'm not sure what that gunk is there. But anyway, so what the plan is, you can see the frame on the back here. The donor one has the throttle adjustment right in the middle, and the one off the bike has it at this one end over here. So I can't use the frame, but I'm pretty sure that the carb bodies themselves are exactly the same, and I can see that I see all the stuff that I need. So I think what the plan is to go ahead and take this old one apart, take the carb bodies themselves, and I'll put them through the ultrasonic machine and then rebuild them into this frame here, and see if that works. It's the only thing I got left. It's for now. So yep. So I'll get busy on taking this old one apart. I'll have to take the motorcycle one apart to get the stuff off the frame. So this is going to take me quite a while to get through all this. So anyways, I'll get at it and we'll try to get you some updates as we go through it. All right then, so I got the frame off of these carbs, so now I just got to pull them apart. Hopefully here should come apart pretty easily. Yep, and there's those darn fuel rails right there. He's actually looking pretty good shape. Looks like they might have put something on them. And the garbage truck's backing up. Figures right when I'm recording. So yep, so good. So I'll be able to get these taken the rest of the way apart, and then we'll throw them, just the carb bodies, into the ultrasonic cleaner and put them back together in the new frame. All right then, as usual, everything went good except for one. Yep, was on the struggle bus for quite a while on this guy, getting this adjustment screw out here. You can see I had to, let's see if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I had to actually drill this out and then use Easy Out to get this guy out. It was quite the struggle getting this guy out. So anyways, we got them all taken apart now. I'm going to clean them up a little bit more. I've been spraying some carb cleaner on them as I take them apart. And I think I got to make a run up to the store to get more cleaning fluid for the ultrasonic cleaner. But we should be able to get them in at least today, and then I'll probably let them run out a couple cycles, and we'll get them put back together tomorrow, hopefully. All right then. So, yep, we're out in the old guy's shed. It's another day out here. Got the old ones cleaned up. They didn't turn out too bad. I did go ahead and put them in the ultrasonic cleaner just once. They came out pretty good, and then I went ahead and as soon as they came out, I soaked them down in WD-40 and just to make sure we didn't get any water left behind anywhere. So, anyways, I did take a look last night, and pictures I could find do show that this pickup tube should be there. But however, let me see if I can find one here. I've saved all the parts. I got boxes and boxes of parts all over the darn place. Let me see, I think this is one right here. That might not be it. Anyways, yeah, so while these the older one that I've refurbished or started to refurbish here has the pickup tube, the interesting thing is that where I thought the air fuel mixture valve was, that it tells you not to adjust it. These old ones, you can't even put one in there. There's no threads, there's no through hole. And so I think that's why they've got the little bitty holes, and there's actually holes down the line farther on that pickup tube. So I think that kind of automatically sets that fuel mixture. At least that's what I'm hoping. Other couple things that I've seen that are different. Of course, since the old one had the throttle body in the middle, and the new ones, these are the new ones up here, or the original ones off the motorcycle up here, they had the throttle assembly between the 3 and the 4. In the one I refurbished is between the 2 and the 3. So there is one difference with the vacuum line for going to the gas tank is now on 2 instead of 3. So that's okay. I can work with that. The other thing, though, that's kind of interesting to me is that I did see where on the ones that I took off the motorcycle, the adjustments for this one here, which I think is the idle adjustment, I don't know, whatever this adjustment here is, it was all on the same side for each of the carburetor bodies. But in the drawings that I see, the adjustments are on where you would think they would be. For instance, this is 3 and 4, and the adjustments are on that side, and here's 1 and 2, and the adjustments are on the other side in relationship, which makes sense because on 3 and 4, so they're both sides are pointing out so that you can get to those adjustments. Before, on the ones that were on the carburetor, I had a bear of a time getting to 3 and 4 because they were actually angled in towards the motorcycle. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and I've been debating. I saved all the old parts that I took off of the carburetor, the jets and stuff. I could probably clean up, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and first I'll try to transfer the ones from the jets and the workings from the ones I've taken off the motorcycle and put them in first. If I have a problem, I've still got the old jets that I can put back on. When I took them out of here, I took a look and they looked pretty close, but I didn't get the magnifying glass out to see because there's numbers on some of these jets. I didn't go to see if there's if they lined up with the ones that I took out of here, match up here. So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and swap over the parts one by one for each of the carburetor bodies, and then I've got a whole box full of stuff that I've left for putting the frame back on. So I'm going to go ahead and get busy on that, and then we'll see where we end up at. Well, all right then, I've got the 4 carburetor bodies reassembled. I was going to reuse the slides, and when I put the slide in, I noticed, yeah, it's rattling around in that body, and I went and pulled out the old ones here from the original, and yep, they fit right in. So there's definitely a different size different size here. Not sure what that means. I wanted to check. These are the same size. Everything else is the same size, so I don't know why those are a little bit bigger, but they are. Everything else looks the same except for the few of the other things there. So anyways, so now that means I want to take the old ones and take them apart. There's a spring in here, and also I want to clean them up a little bit. There's a little bit of dirt on this one, or some kind of scoring, so I need to clean them up real good, and then go ahead and put them back in, and then I can put them together. It's kind of tricky because of the fuel rails that go between them, and then there's the throttle spring that goes in between here on one of these guys. So it must be this one here. Yeah, so it's kind of tricky. You have to put them together and then put the plate on. So I'll go ahead and maybe I'll show you that for next time. But anyways, wanted to say thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Please leave me any comments, questions, suggestions down below. Please tell your friends about me, and please subscribe. Everyone, take care and be good.